Hello! My name is Abe. Welcome back to Monster Train. Lots of surprising victories in our past. I hate you, but I have to play at least one more run with you, I believe. Maybe we'll take a break from the Hellhorn Queen and instead play a run as... Hold on, how do you figure this out now? Who's left? 3 victories are left until we unlock the last card frame, and then, well, not the last card frame, but the last ones that I have, as well as completing our logbook here. It needs to be a Hellhorn Queen Stygian, a normal Hellhorn Champion, Hornbreaker Prince Melting, and a Sentient Umbra. I feel like I've tried to do Sentient Umbra like 4 times in a row, failed every single time. Let's see what we get here. I'm gonna go Shade Splitter, because I would prefer that, and then ideally get spikes on the Awoken. I remember, the last time we played this, I think I took spikes, then card draw, and cultivation. That was a mistake. We should have taken spikes. I realize now I misplayed that fight on that run, because I watched the video when I was editing it, and I was like, yeah, that was a stupid decision that I made myself. You know, play grovel on her to keep her alive, absolutely. But we want spikes, which will take the place of the plinks, and then Shade Splitters give us guaranteed morsels, which can keep her going with damage, shield, and lifesteal and whatnot. This is fine. Let me just double check. Is this correct? Yeah, it was Wildenton before. Okay. Sorry, I'm all over the place today. Oh, God. Daedalus, the professor with damage shield. Arcus with daze and spells. Seraph buff debuff. The worst Seraph for us to be fighting, just because we really like regen stacks and spike stacks. We're gonna have to find some way of getting around him. There's like one unit. I wanna look it up. There's a unit in the Awoken deck that's really bad that, first of all, doubles spikes, but then also adds spikes on the resolve trigger. So maybe this is what we want in order to keep the spikes being scaled in case they get removed. We'll see, but for now we have Razor Sharp, Perils of Production, Pyre Grow. I like Pyre Grow, I do. Take draw with it, get to the card, and then you can actually get energy from that. And making that intrinsic is not a bad idea, I don't think. Wow. Gorge, double Gorge, I should say. Gorge abilities trigger an additional time, or friendly units enter with lifesteal too. I like double Gorge. There's so many good Gorge units, and double Gorge means we can stack up so much. Lifesteal and damage shield's not gonna work that well on Seraph, but even if it's, you know, an overgorger, I would be in love. Having said that, let me look at the logbook again. Umbra units have 2 good tanks, which are not that good on the Seraph. We don't really need a tank because of our champion, which means that we have Shadow Eater, Overgorger, Alloyed Construct, and Morsel Maid, and Shadow Siege as our replacement units. Double Gorge on these are fine, although ideally we would like to have Morsel Maid or Overgorger, but they are rare. But I still like it, and we can always take a damage shield minion and just have him in the early game help us out. Unfortunately, we did not get what we wanted, which was spikes. Rejuvenate is probably what we'll go with, so we get value out of the restores, but you gotta admit, like a cultivation on a backline unit could be pretty good too. This is trash, man. Problem is Rejuvenate it stops being worth it later on. Like, oh, okay, the champion did 60 damage, who cares? I think we'll take Cultivation and see where that leads us, but I am very worried about this deck right now. On the bright side, Cultivation means that we have an ability to play our Razor Sharps, and then we have more health to burn through. It does mean that enemies are gonna be really hard to kill, because I have no spells. We should have taken the Plinks. So, I mean, we'll play you. Oh, I just realized something else, which is that she buffs morsels. What else are you gonna do, you know? Oh my god. So the Sentient's gonna take a hit, buff the morsel with damage, the morsel's going to attack and then die. But if I do this, I get a morsel. Fantastic. Honestly, I kind of want to restart because of this morsel anti-synergy we have here, which is just god-awful. It's something I basically completely forgot about, but it is just absolutely terrible. We'll probably make it through the first combat, and then we can see where this deck goes, but it's just so bad. So we'll play you, we'll play the heal, and our Pyro's gonna take a hit, and then if we don't kill the boss, how are we not killing the boss? Because you're not dying because we don't have anything that does damage. I don't know, I'm like, is the Pyre gonna live? I think we're dead. I think we're gonna have to restart immediately. Pyre's got 8 health. I have literally nothing that hits the back line. You know, I'm just gonna hit the restart run button right now. Oh no, my win streak! I didn't think about it, but yeah. The cultivation champion is just so bad with Umbra because she cultivates the morsels. And I know that there's the unofficial balance patch mod, which fixes that. It makes it so that cultivation doesn't trigger on morsels, so that, you know, the stats are a little bit more important. But that was just, you know, pretty bad. That's the worst champion to get when we don't have plinks, when we have shade splitters. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna go back to the main menu. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna just pick plinks. There you go. So if we run into a situation where we have to do 1 damage to an enemy, we actually can now, because we have a spell that does it. Sharpen, Mind Collapse, Bramble Lash. Buff debuff Seraph again. Talos Architect. Gains armor on Slay. Fell Scourge. Let's do it. Champion gains 50% maximum health. Now we're talking. I think units entering with lifesteal is pretty good out of all of those options. And then, hey look! Spikes. Now, we don't need spikes because we do have sharpens, which give us spikes. I'm gonna take spikes. Okay, this is this is an infinitely almost better start than what we had previously. We cannot take cultivation. Let's just keep that in mind. The cultivation Wildenton, maybe, because we can still use that as meld material, but definitely not anything else. You enter with damage shield. Sorry, you enter with lifesteal. I will play a sharpen to give you an attack. I will mind collapse. You're gonna die when you hit me. Let's mind collapse. Let's mind collapse. Wow, we have so much health. Let's mind collapse you so we can work on you later. Okay, things are going just fine. Way better. Infinitely better, in fact. Let's get a whole bunch of energy next turn. Let's also wipe you. Play another sharpen. Our champion's doing all the heavy lifting on this combat, but that is totally fine by me. You're making it, which is scary. It's scurry. Play the train steward down there. I say it's scary because it means we're not quite doing the damage we need to be doing up here. You're gonna make it to the pyre, you're gonna hit it once. I accept. Bottom floor is just straight up dying because this unit is alive. Assuming we kill him with a plank though, I think we'll be fine because our champion has more damage than they need. You have no lifesteal. Da-da-da. By the way, there's 180 damage. It's a good spell. I don't know if I want it like for the late game, holdover, that kind of thing, but it is a good spell. This is a tough one. They're all good. I want all of these cards in my deck. Vine Grasp, so good at reordering your units. Glimmer, so good at AoE, but we have spikes. So maybe we'll go Restoration Detonations, we have a healing card. I guess I didn't have to think about it for very long, did I? I will take a... We'll take a Packed Morsels just to see what we get. Maybe get health, lifesteal, damage, shield, whatever. Do we need to upgrade units or upgrade spells? Better Plinks are great. Awoken units tend to be better in the early game than Umbra units. What's coming up next? An Awoken unit and a Merchant of Magic. In that case, I might be tempted to go for an Umbra. The problem is Umbra units like the Gorge, and it would give us a floor of something to do, but I still think you just want to have an Awoken unit in the deck somewhere. Pretty much anything that we get would be fantastic. Let's go Awoken. Let me follow my dreams here. Okay, we did get what we wanted, which was the Awoken Hollow. Yes, the cultivation trigger is not amazing, but the effect of the card is. And we're not really, I mean, we don't have to play morsels on the floor of this unit. Does Rejuvenate? We can get around this way more easily than enemies attacking into us, I feel like. And we don't need spikes, so we will take the Awoken Hollow. It's a great unit. Holdover. You got to admit, a Holdover Bramble Lash is good, but enemy units tend to have a lot of spell shield in the late game. We prefer to have health because we have spikes. So I think a Holdover Restoration is better. Before we check that out though, let's check out the Divine Temple. You gotta, so like a Holdover 40 heal is really good. In fact, I think I'm just gonna take it. Intrinsic. I don't think we need anything in the deck to be intrinsic. We definitely don't need anything in the deck to have a pact. But a holdover 40 heal every turn, you can't really get much better than that. Make our sharpens a little bit cheaper. And now, you know, we could remove all of our restores in our deck and be totally fine. Non-boss enemy units get +4. With our super heal, this doesn't seem that important. And also we have more health on our champion too. It's honestly a good place to put down the Awoken Hollow as well. You know, you have a unit that attacks, heals themselves, cultivate triggers, we can play restore on it. We might want to play on the top floor though. Why would we want to do that? You're not taking that much damage. You're gonna take 4, 9, 20 something. Okay, you're gonna take a lot of damage. In hindsight, I am gonna start up here because I would very much like to get a holdover heal as quickly as possible. That's my thinking. We're gonna play this. Are we? Gives you a small heal. You're gonna attack, take 10. You're gonna have 20 HP. We're gonna kill you next turn. And you're gonna die when you hit me. You might not die when you hit me. Actually think a plink down here. Even if it just purges the spell shield, I think I'm happy with that, and then I'm just gonna give you a heal. Why did you get 4 health? Or sorry, 4 attack. What happened? Oh, the Awoken Hollow gave us the the trigger on the sentient. Okay. I mean, that's fine. I accept it. Finally killed you. I think a train steward at the bottom is pretty trash, so let's not even worry about it. Except now that we have the energy, let's do it. I like the idea of capacity because we could get lifesteal on our minions, but spells are probably the better way of doing that than capacity gains. You're getting hit for 10. You're taking 10. You're taking 21. I mean, this kills you. You're gonna, the unit in the back is gonna make it to the pyre to do 5. I've accepted it. There's our heal, finally. Took way too long to finally, you know, get here, but it is here, so why don't we, man, I mean, if I wait, I can do 30 damage to the front enemy unit next turn, but I can pretty much almost just kill him as is, and he's gonna die to the spikes anyway, so like, I don't know. You might as well just play it, I suppose. Kind of a silly floor, but there you go. Anyways, our Harlow's doing just fine. Of course, you know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a multi-striker, but we'll see if we get one of those. Fine Grasp, Steel Enhancer, Restoration Detonation. Fine Grasp, Steel Enhancer, Restoration Detonation. Another heal is, I think, fine. Because it holds over, and once we draw this one, we can just play this one. I'm gonna take a Vine Grasp, though. I always regret not taking one. Okay, You summon a morsel unit, create a copy. No! We'll take a Shadow Siege, though. I will go Awoken unit. Oh my god. Don't talk to me. Why am I so like immediately aggressive about it? Because it's not an easy win, it's not an instant win, but it certainly is real freaking good. Yes, I know. I know I got lucky. I know we got a classic little synergy here. Oh, it's too easy. No, this game's hard. And I'm trying to complete all the dang old victories. I'm okay with an easy win every once in a while, you know? What do we want to have holdover, though? I honestly don't know if we want anything to have holdover. I guess a free holdover sharpen is pretty good. But like, what are our floors gonna be at this point? I gotta look. You're 4 capacity. I can't fit you anywhere. You're your own damn floor. You know, actually, I do kind of like the idea of a holdover sharpen. We don't want it to be intrinsic, but I'll make it holdover. It does allow us to constantly be scaling our damage. Build a card. Buff, heal, damage. I think we have good healing. Give me a buff. Give me an ascend, and give me a card draw. Because we can actually build a top mega floor now, or a middle mega floor if we get 1 capacity upgrade. We can have the Animus of Will be ascended behind the Sentient. And we don't even need to play the Awoken Hollow, really, on that floor at that point. We could just have our unit be there, our big unit, our Shadow Siege. Now holdover on, I should have looked first, because holdover on that would have been insanely great. But oh well. So the idea would be, you know, I think the idea is this. Do you push? You get armor? So much energy. I think the idea is we're gonna try to ascend the Animus behind our top floor. Might not do that on Divinity, but we can totally do it for now. So you just go out and then we're done. This is it. We don't even have to like play any cards anymore. I guess I do have one Space Prism. If we get a morsel, we could play something, but we definitely do not have a morsel. I kind of want you to have this for now because it makes you heal more, but I'm just gonna play it here. Get out of my deck. So this is gonna be an interesting one. Again, very kind of classic. Very classic build here. Right, that's holdover. I completely forgot about it. I just made it holdover too. Just big unit and then park it right behind a solid tank. It is a classic strategy, a match made in heaven. And you know what? You can take another stack of lifesteal. I can't believe we haven't drawn our Ascend yet. Thank you, finally. You might as well take it. I mean, you get the most value from it. And I honestly think that at this point we can just spend a lot of time and focus thinning out the deck a little bit, and then at that point we can just hold right click basically and let the game play itself, because I mean, are you seeing this? We got our unit up to 117 damage times 3. Quick would be great. Oh. Resolve apply spikes deal double damage. That's so good. Can we get it on the floor with our champion though? I mean, here's the secret. We could just create a champion floor and then later create an Animus floor. We don't have to have the Shard Channeler on the same floor as everything else. This seems not important. Nah. Although, you know what? Gorge in the Awoken Hollow, I'm realizing every morsel triggers a Rejuvenate play. But the problem is, will the Rejuvenate play from morsels being eaten just trigger on another morsel when it happens? On Relentless, or not on Relentless, but on the end of turn. I don't know. I don't think we need to worry about it though. Skip. This is actually a bit of a tough play. We want draw. We want to get to our cards faster. Okay, duplicate. I think I could get behind a duplication. The Animus isn't even upgraded at all. I still think you're okay duplicating it. 2 Animuses, even if they're not, you know, perfect, is totally fine. And we can get some card removal too. I think you can go for the duplicate. Your units are so amazing at this point. We'll give it a shot. Train Steward's gotta go though. Even Plinks are better than these. Oh, it's so good. Hunger. Feed on units with Eaten. Gorge +2/+2. It's so good though. But I don't think it's what we care about. We have 1 morsel card in the deck. Come into my game earlier, Morsel Maid, so I can actually play around with you and build around you, but right now I'm clearly building around Animuses. Yeah. And like, even if we put the Morsel Maid inside of the Awoken Hollow, there's not gonna be any capacity for morsels because that's not how we're playing. We're playing with the Ascend that we just got in mind. So big spikes. I will say, a second old magic maybe means we can ascend the animus behind our units properly. A second restoration detonation is very good healing, but I think we just want a second animus. I think 2 Shadow Siege animuses and our very good champion are probably going to be just fine. And we can turn this on. We have enough unit damage. Spell damage doesn't matter. So we will play you at the bottom. I will play you at the top. I actually am going to do this. It's weird, but I am going to. Because I really want well, ideally, I was gonna say I want an animus, 2 animuses behind you, but because we got Space Prism, we can actually put 2 animuses here and here, and that's totally fine. This animus will be ascended later. So why don't you take Lifesteal? Why don't you take that? This morsel can't even be played anywhere. Everything's dying. Beautiful. If we make that Space Prism intrinsic, that would be fantastic. Completely forgot about Shard Channeler, by the way, so let's not worry about that card right now. We'll just buff you. Everything here is dying. Well, almost. Not quite everything's dying. Now everything's dying. Yep, we can ascend you. Eventually, this hollow will also be able to buff the animuses behind him. There's our heal. I will play it once, because we're going to play it next turn as well, and then we can sharpen you, play a Train Steward to die, hit it. Hey, look, there you are. Oh, there you are, you're dead. Like, I don't know. Nothing. I mean, our fights are going to be insanely easy. The truth of the matter is, can we not screw it up? We're going to try to not screw it up. Root an enemy unit, restore health, gain energy, draw 1 next turn. I like Engraft for triggering that rejuvenation. It's not that good on its own, but if you upgrade it with a little bit of magic power, it's pretty nice. But it does take up a draw. Well, it doesn't take up a draw. Well, it does take up a draw, just not immediately. I'll take a Grovel. I like damage shield application. We definitely, I think, need to upgrade our units. So let's go there. And we're looking for not even perfect upgrades. I'll take whatever I can get, basically. Spikes deal double damage. Yes, this has made our champion incredible. Now, I don't know if we can triple or quadruple the damage with that 1 unit, Shard Channeler, but that's fantastic. Just like utterly, utterly beautiful. You don't need that. Might as well buff the Awoken Hollow's health. Large stone. I was thinking about this. Like, could we fit a large stone animus? Yes. Yes, we can. The other option is a large stone hollow. And then the rejuvenate cultivation is more likely to hit the animuses at the back, but just giving them raw health is pretty good. I mean, I don't know. That's the truth of the matter is I don't know. 85 health. I mean, eventually you'll cultivate in front of, like, more health than the animus has, but like if I just you live forever with 93 HP, but so do you, but you're so big. I need capacity to play all my units. If I do this, we can actually play our units on the same. Okay, I'm gonna give you the large stones. probably a bad idea, but I've already done it. I mean, if we really wanted to, we could just purge the hollow and just build one floor. If I take capacity, I could build a top floor that is sentient animus. Even on Divinity, that'll work because we have the holdover restoration detonation. Might be a little hard to do enough damage before our units die on that top floor, but, you know, make this intrinsic and then we can play on the middle on that fight specifically. Let's save our money. We're at 100 packed shards. This is a tough fight. We do enough damage though that Heaven Seal's not bad. The spikes are the hard, or sorry, the cloak, the stealth is the hard part. That's what the sentient's for. That's what the spikes are for. This is stupid. This is absurdly dumb. All right. That's a pretty strong floor, I think. Yeah. And then we'll just play you here just to, I don't know, buff the sentient maybe? You can take that. Sweet. So that seems pretty good. That's a good floor. Yeah, I like it. That's acceptable. Let's be honest, we're not gonna have room for morsels anywhere, so why don't you just take that little heal? Should have probably killed the unit in the back, but I don't think they're gonna make it past the top floor. Also, you're dead. You taking none? Oh, you still have 1 lifesteal. A little bit of lifesteal does go a long way. One of these days I'll find a way to play the Shard Chandler. I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know where. But one of these days he'll be played. I guess I need that capacity in order to play it, don't I? Definitely. We'll buff you. Now you're here, you're taking 264 damage. If you don't make it past, I'm fine with that. Like if you can't make it past, or if, what I should say is, if we can't kill you, if we can't burn off all of your stealth, I'm fine with that. That's what I should say. Taking 384 damage. You're taking a lot. I guess we'll do it like that, and then keep building up the Sharpen. And actually, Bramble Lash is starting to be a pretty good spell now. Even on the top floor, because we have just a whole bunch of spikes here, but also, by the way, there's 125 damage. We had 500 damage on the, oh my god. Pretty good. Draw +1 each turn. I like the idea of putting that inside of the hollow, but I don't even know if we want the hollow anymore. We might just want to dump the hollow and just make sure we draw the animuses early, get old magic intrinsic holdover, and then a capacity doesn't matter. I don't know, but I don't think we need Wildwood Custodian, although the melding is very tempting. We could try to get up to 200 on this one. If you think we can get there, we could try for 200. I'm just gonna hit skip. You know, Cave-In is also another opportunity to get our units where we need them to be, so I like that. Look, I said holdover was pretty good, but we got upgrade slots. We're gonna go left. No intrinsic, but that's fine. Engage Pact. Resolve, apply spikes 2 to friendly units, and also enter with spikes 5. Not even close to being worth 25 pact shards. Another multi-strike? You know what? Go ahead. Spikes 3 is just so bad, but It's a cheap upgrade. Ah, but we gotta make sure we can afford a big upgrade if it shows up. Endless. Not that interested. For the greater good, or I don't think a little ruffle will be enough. So this is very interesting because For the Greater Good is actually kind of an interesting card, and it's not upgraded fully. However, there's only one more duplicator at the very end. Boo! Boo! All right, damage shouldn't be too much of a problem. Oh, Jesus. It's gonna be one of those runs today, I see. But we literally have to play like this. And I think we literally have to play like this just so we can play all of our units. Even though I would very much like to be able to... Oh, we're hitting you on the way up too, you're dead. I was gonna say, even though I would very much like to be able to, you know, stack a super floor, we're not quite at super floor territory yet. We're getting there, we're close. We're not quite there yet. I'm gonna take 5 damage so we can play Restoration Detonation. It's a good heal. And you know what? I'm also gonna play double damage Shard Channeler. Which means we're doing 60 damage per spikes. That's pretty good. There's your heal. There's your heal, sir. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. You're cultivating the Shard Channeler. You know what? It's not that bad. I'll accept it. We should have thought about that though, so I don't know what we're gonna do with that unit, but... So you need to get moved up. I did this wrong. We could have caved in, moved up, and then pulled a unit into the front. So you know what? Cave in here. I know this is a little weird, but cave in. The boss is almost dying. We should just resolve to take as little health as, or health damage as possible. But in theory, what we can do is cave in from the top to the bottom and ascend from the bottom to the middle, and then we can pull our units to the correct orientation. So we can totally build a super floor, and I thought we wouldn't be able to, but clearly I'm incorrect about that. We have taken 10 damage we didn't need to take. Okay, well I guess I'm gonna take even more, but by the way, you're dead. Another Shard Channeler. No! Woken's Rail Spike, though, is very tempting, but I don't think we want it. Want draw or energy? I think energy might be a little bit better now. We did see that we had a bit of an energy problem there. And here, I'm leaning towards spells. Although a free artifact and a choice of an artifact and a concealed caverns is good too. I mean, we are gonna go spell upgrade down here as well, but if I could get a holdover on that ascend or the descend. Oh my God. Let me look to see what we have here. Spell chain. Purging cost -1. We'll just hold over old magic. Dude, I don't know what to do. Should we try to go for like 200 pack shards? We should probably go for 150 at the very least. We're gonna dupe a unit, so that's gonna be an extra 15, and we can do some cheapo melding down here later. Let's at least aim for 150. I don't even know if we could get to 200. I guess I could meld units and then purge them out of the deck. We could go for that, probably. I mean, do you see our units? You know, what do we want to have spell chain? Vine Grasp to reorder. What do we want to be purged? A Plink. What do we want to be removed? Sure, why not? Don't do this, by the way. This is very dumb, and it's gonna get me killed, but I believe, which is why I'm doing it. I got holdover, right? I forgot to look. Okay, good. At least I've got that, thank God. Yes, I'm also giving the enemies +8 health. That's how stupid I am right now. But what I'm thinking is that if we get our heal, 8 health isn't gonna matter that much. So, what do we want? We want more money. Want the Sentient. Is doing 80 damage per spike hit. We want a Grovel on said Sentient. I think we want a damage shield on said Sentient. Or we can play the Awoken Hollow, which actually does give her more spikes every turn. We're only taking 17. Go ahead. Not quite dead, huh? There you go. Still not quite dead? You know what? There you go. Die. Die, die, die. Okay, we got the Holdover Ascend. We're gonna play that. One, two, three, four. We're gonna play it here first. Please get out of my deck. You have 1 HP? All right, yeah, well, you know what, I tried. Then we're going to ascend anyone who's at risk. We finally got the Restoration Detonation, which is what I was looking for. And we can also, if we want, cave in to make a big floor. A mega floor, a super floor, an ultra mega impossible floor. But you've got to die. I got to keep the Sentient down here to kill these guys, which is why I want her down here. We can absolutely continue to ascend things. I think we will heal you. We're not gonna play Cave-In on this fight. We're gonna ascend up to the top floor. Cave-In is for the final fight where we can descend everything to the middle and keep it alive without having to worry about a sweep. We got the big heal, so this doesn't really matter. Doesn't even matter. Do. Although you are dying because why? Spikes. You know what? This is the last turn we need the Sentient. If the Sentient dies, I don't really mind that much. Of course, I'd prefer if the Sentient lived. There is a play, which is descend everything behind the Sentient, and then it'll tank. 74 HP. Gonna take an extra 30, but we're healing it for 40. Tough call. Tough call indeed. I think we let the Sentient die. Well, no. Because I'm stupid. Ascend you. Then that floor doesn't matter. Then we can smack the Sentient with this. Okay. I don't know why it took me so long to think of that as being the play. Now we can bring the Ascension, Now we can bring the Sentient up and start getting her healed up, and then when she gets to the top, we can pull her to the front. That's my thinking. Please take this. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, he's coming, run! Run, Sentient, run! It's our last chance to draw the Vine Grasp. Now with Spell Chain, this is very interesting. We want to pull you front, then we want to pull you front. Now we've got the correct line of attackers here. We might as well buff your damage, because you do more damage. You do the most damage out of everyone. And now we have like the mega floor, the super ultra mega ultra super floor. I mean, you're dead. We did 1,500 damage in one turn. Dun 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 dun. Nah. Nah. Well, minus capacity plus energy is pretty good, but I think we have enough energy and we definitely don't care about the capacity play at all. And we absolutely would love another Animus. Ideally what we would like is actually to see a intrinsic. That's fine. Because with intrinsic we could have gotten old magic on turn 1. It is what it is. Let's check out the artifacts. Friendly units get +1 damage per spike. So our champion will be able to attack and heal thanks to the lifesteal trigger, which is pretty good. Actually really like that, just to keep the champion alive a little bit longer. And then it also makes our sharpens pretty good as well. Then I really like the draw, honestly. We gotta be careful we don't draw through good stuff that we want, is the problem there. Holdover, okay, tell you what, we're gonna make a great holdover cave-in. We can't get to 200. Because I definitely want another Super Animus. I can get to 190. I can get to 190. I'm so disappointed. Disappointed! Anything here that we want? Consume. I mean, I'd rather just, I think, just purge a plink. I'd rather, I think, just purge a plink. And then you know what? We have enough money, we'll purge another plink. Actually, we'll purge a restore, just because we might need it to keep the unit alive. Well, I tried, well, I didn't try hard. But I did try to get up to the 200. I did everything I could. Oh my god. I don't even know what I want. This turn is too good to be true. Here's what I know what I want to do. I don't want to actually play an Animus. We're gonna wait on the Animuses to cycle around. We just don't have the capacity for it. It's a 5 capacity unit. I'll play the Space Prism here so we have more capacity for an Animus in the future, depending on what our draw is, but we did get the old magic, which is what we absolutely, clearly, and totally want. So what I'm going to do is... I gotta think about this, weirdly enough. I think we want an Animus, and then ascend it. I think we will play the Awoken Hollow. Well, why? Like, when we draw it later, we can just ascend it immediately to the top floor, which is basically what we're going for now. I think we just... We sweep. And you do 6 damage? Okay, that's kind of annoying. You just do this. No, my unit space! I don't have room for my animuses, but that's okay because we got the cave in. And we healed off of lifesteal, which meant that we drew a card. That was very unusual. On the bright side though, there's our floor. Like literally exactly what we want, so feeling pretty good about that one. Anyone need health? I guess you could take it. Gotta be careful about that draw. You don't know what you're gonna be drawing. All right, how's it look? Okay, we're killing everything and doing 382 damage to the boss. That's pretty decent. Now, unfortunately, you know, no, we can hold this over. We don't have to play old magic. We could play both. We could play both. How about that for a play? It was very strange, but it worked. And then we have a holdover sharpen. We don't get through the deck quickly at all, do we? You are killing my spikes, but I mean you're half dead. What do I care? Get over here. Melee weakness, melee weakness, melee weakness, melee weakness, melee weakness, melee weakness. So, we'll do the same thing. Raise, lower, heal, sharpen, grovel, why not? Damage shield is still useful to play. I'll play it. I'll play it whenever it shows up. Now, we're taking a lot of damage now because we are not gaining spikes fast enough. We are losing our spikes, and this Lightwing is hitting for 50 on this turn. We gotta be mighty careful about what we're doing. So I think we actually buff your spikes, and then we do it again. And now you're killing this guy in one hit, so we're taking way less damage. Boss dead? I thought I saw a 2000 in there somewhere. The boss is 40 HP. You know what? Come here. I want my bonus score. Yeah, 3-turn boss rush. Done on the middle floor. Ah. Well, I mean, at least we hit the 150, although we didn't get what we wanted out of it. Done. Damage shield. Again, we got like the same draw. I think we can probably play in the middle. And then we just wait for the ascend, and we can keep the animus alive with some heals that we have, and then once we hit the ascend, we can just pull the animus to safety. Because how much damage is coming in right now? Actually quite a lot. 30, 60 damage is coming in. Okay, maybe we don't want to do that. Problem is I gotta wait to shuffle to get the animus back, because we don't have capacity. I could play the Sentient here and then hope for an Ascend Descend, or I play the Sentient here and then things are being wiped and the Sentient has like 180 health. But we have to play this. You're gonna heal all of the damage you take on this turn, so you know what, we will do it like this. I completely forgot about the lifesteal. Okay, you know, if you're gonna draw one animus that you can't play, that's okay. Also, we could just cave in to the bottom and just play here. Yeah, that's totally fine. I'm getting too into the idea of playing on the middle, but we literally don't have to. We could play on the bottom. So it would just be a cave in and then a pull. I think that's totally fine. 80 damage. Pretty good. We don't need it, but it's pretty good. I'm also gonna leave that Vine Grasp. So that if we draw it in the future, we can use it to reorder, because we do want to have the hollow closer to the front than he is right now. Not quite doing the damage that we need to be, but that solves the problem basically immediately. You do need the heal. I can't kill you, so we're gonna just buff you, and then buff you, and then buff you again. 159. You're gonna have 20 HP. The melee weakness just doesn't do well against multiple units. Against a unit like this, it's freaking perfect. So we'll cave in. Front unit big heal. Old magic. The thing is that we just don't need to play it. We could play it to ascend an Animus and then descend the Animus, and then when we descend the Animus, we could cave it in on the next turn in order to do way more damage, and it also allows us to reorder our units, so there is something to be said for it. But I think it's completely unnecessary. Also, our Animus is just doing 1,000 damage. We'll kill the boss very shortly. Then you can do this, and then you can do this, and then you can do this. I can't believe you're almost dying. That's a lot of damage. The boss is almost dying. They will die on this upcoming turn. Let's do the same thing. Should have played the other Animus, who is gonna kill you anyways, but that's just something to keep in mind for the future. You know, order definitely does matter. The Animus didn't kill you. You died to spikes. Yeah, get out of here. Give me the book next time. The 100 armor is nice, but the book is just so much more fun and interesting. Anyways, that was a pretty good run, can't complain. We got extremely lucky, and overpowered upgrades were just left, right, and center. We found them everywhere. We found Shadow Siege. We put it into an Animus of Will. We found an Animus of Will. We put it in an Animus of Will. We got extra unit upgrades. 2 stacks of multi-strike and a large stone. We got the Sunder upgrades. We were applying melee weakness. We got holdover time after time after time after time again, giving us fantastic spells that we could play repeatedly. We got an ascend. We got a descend. We made it free. We made sharpen free from the very beginning. I mean, you can get such wild runs and synergies and cards and events that sometimes it feels like the game carried you a little bit, that there was no way that you could lose it. You just got to play the cards in the right order. It's like the difference between Isaac and Enter the Gungeon. Isaac, you could get carried by like a brimstone or a mom's knife, and in Gungeon, it's sure there's some good items, but you're way more likely to be carried by your own skill, as opposed to you walk into a room, you've hit a button once, then a tier the size of the screen appears, destroys everything, creep and lasers on the ground. That's what I feel like about, you know, Slay the Spire and Monster Train. The differences between those two games is that Slay the Spire is way more about your own skill, and Monster Train is way more about making sure you get the good synergies and the good combinations, and you get good shops that give you the good upgrades that you need so that you get the good cards. And if you just have good stuff in your deck, you're freaking carried. And we were carried by a Shadow Siege. I kind of feel bad about taking him. I take him a lot, but he's a fun unit. Well, his effect is fun. Plus 60, plus 50. It's broken in the best way possible. Anyways, I'm just talking here. It's a fun run. I had fun with it. I hope you did as well. And there's only 2 more. Let me go check out the logbook here. Let's have some music playing while we do this. Only 2 more runs remain until we complete all of the runs. They're both hell-horned, unfortunately. Imp Queen, Stygian Guard, and then Hornbreaker Prince, Melting Remnant. So those will be next. For now, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more, check me out on Twitch, or when I go live, support the channel at any of the links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Monster Train.